What's going on? It's Fist bringing you the Call of Duty news like nobody does. I'm the only one on this forum that brings you the real news on Call of Duty. I'm not a paid informant. I'm not doing it for drama. I'm none of that. I'm for the casual gamers out there. Maybe I should change my header to for the gamers, by the gamers, the casual way. You know what I'm saying? The people who like to have fun with first-person shooters. I guess there's a lot of us out there, and I guess it is a niche now because we're so we are the biggest community, but for some reason, we have the smallest voice. I don't get that. So, moving right along. Black Ops 3 is close at hand. Beta is coming out August 19th for the PS4. I'm going to leave some links in the description for you below in the description. You can go and check those out, see what I'm saying, coordinate that or cross-reference it, develop your own opinions. You're more than welcome to. I'm just going to give you my opinions, and you don't have to play the game. If you've played Call of Duty since day one and you've been on this forum since day one, then you pretty much know just by watching. You can watch a 30-second clip that's been edited by Treyarch, and you will know the end result of Call of Duty, the next game, multiplayer. That's all you could just you could figure it out. I've done it since day one. I'm not being cocky or conceited. Like I said, I'm just for the casual gamers. That's what I do. Just tell it like it is. Nothing to hide here. So, the two videos below shows you, I think the clip below shows you all of the video on the weapons, the perks, and things of that nature. And then the other video is like David Vonderhaar talking about, the esports and just esports. So, let me put this in perspective to you. And this is how I view it. It's my opinion. This is how I view it. Treyarch and David Vonderhaar had 3 years to simplify this game. Make it easy. Instead, they just added more stuff, more variables for you to be even madder. I don't understand how, rejack and things like the stuff that you could, there's perks and specialists which give you the power to power up with no. You have a specialist. If you don't know what a specialist is, they're like certain characters who have traits that no matter what you do, you're gonna get them. You just charge up through the game, and you're awarded those specialist perks. So think about every single layer of everything that they've added in 3 years, and now add that to the game. And so instead of it being simple, it's oversimplified, and now it's too cluttered, and now you're just going to be frustrated. For example, if you're playing Black Ops 3, and just based on what I'm seeing right now, they got this rejack, or go back 5 seconds, or revive yourself, and then the pistols. I don't know what the pistols. One-shot kill pistols. Last stand, reviving, whatever it's called. I seen this dude. How could you gain territory if you kill somebody, and let's say there's 2 or 3 guys right there. You kill one, right? And you kill another. And they both have this last stand perk. And they pop back up, or their specialty perk, whatever their revive, pop up in smoke, and now you got 2 more of their teammates coming up behind them. How this is already proven not to work. you kill these two people, and not only do you kill these two people, but they don't lose their kill streaks and they revive themselves, and you lose that territory you gain to beat those two guys. And so you've wasted all that ammunition, time, and space, and you lost that moment where you gain territory and real estate and moving forward and beating somebody down. So there's so many layers in this game that make it impossible to have fun. Like there's just too much to think about, in the sense that you just can't enjoy yourself. And you have the specialist, you have reviving, you have one-shot pistol kills. I mean, and then I'm sure there's endless other things that I forgot to mention. Now, obviously, it's not all bad. There's one thing that I like about Black Ops 3 that I've seen. I love the way the weapons sound. They sound like they have some girth. They got some power to them. And I like how much slower the games slow down. It's more or less like Black Ops 2, where, or any Call of Duty before all that flying around, up, down, left, right, and all that stuff. It's more or less you get into a fight and you use your boost at the end, like if you run out of moves. And I always found that to be a problem. You get into a fight in any Call of Duty game and you run out of moves. Like, if I had that little extra move where I could have got out of the way, you could take advantage of dipping in, kill somebody, and boost out of there. Where it was in Advanced Warfare, you could boost in, boost out, boost in, boost out. It was just too much. It was too easy. And now you could just, you got one boost to get in and then maybe a little bit to get out. So the fights are fair. If you could beat a guy normally in a fight, you probably could beat him, and it comes down to who's got the better boost at the end of the day. But that's all nullified if a person could die and revive, and you went through all of that. See what I'm saying? They added so many layers here that you get into this big fight. And see, and Treyarch is notorious for this. You get into these long, drawn-out fights, and by the time your fight is over, here comes the cavalry from respawning, and you can't move forward. So it's like, okay, well, what's the point of being a badass in the game and kicking people's asses if you can't retain the real estate that you beat them out of? Because there's too much. I don't know what they call it. They call it like they just call it like it's just I don't know the name for it. It's like it's silly. It's silly that they would have this in the game. And then and then I seen this character that turns blue, and then you don't know if he's a character running towards you. I think it was like a Crisis 3 thing where a guy comes towards you. He could be the guy, he couldn't be the guy. It depends, you don't really know. And honky-dory things. Just like a lot of stuff that's just, I don't know if they have invisible in this thing or whatever. And then respawning, one-shot pistols. So I think this game, at the end of the day, is going to have, because there's so many layers of variant frustrations in this game. And I don't know all those, and I'm going to expose them when it comes to beta. And I'm going to talk about esports too. I think the thing of the layer of them picking, where people have to pick what they do want and what they don't want. I mean, why not just make a game that's just made for pros? Why do we have to try to force this down our throats? How are you going to... Okay, I see David Vonderhaar says, well, we need an ecosystem where the casual gamers and the game is being played like it's being made for the pros. Well, it's not, because you're putting this thing in where people can pick and choose. So it's not how it's bought. It's not how it's played. You're picking and choosing. Why are they holding on to this esports initiative? I don't understand why people play Call of Duty Esports Pro when they could play Halo Pro. And that's what it's made for. Halo is made for pro esports, period. It's like they're holding on to this esports thing to bridge the gap and try to change the foundation of this game and make all you casual people buy this game till they get to that point. And they're using this as an excuse. When in all reality, they just what's wrong with making a separate IP for zombies and a pro style of Call of Duty? And just have a fun Call of Duty game. Why is there so much resistance to that? Anyways, in my opinion, at the end of the day, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is just going to have too many frustrations. And that doesn't include if there's skill-based matchmaking in this game. If there's skill-based matchmaking in casual rooms, it's over. Especially when you layer it on with a million variants of how people could come back to life in one-shot kills and ridiculousness. It's a wrap. So that's my opinion. At the end of the day, I think, we're going to see more. And stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to expose everything in beta. And I also see some things that could be exploited too. So I'm going to wait until beta comes out. Until next time, Boy Fist. Peace. I'm out.